Well, hello there, you succulent human being. That's not the word. All kinds of wrong. Start again. Hello there, you beautiful person. I'm Chris from TechSpert, and today we're going to have a good hard squint at the fresh new Red Magic 9S Pro. It's the first Red Magic gaming phone of 2024 and a more affordable alternative to the ASUS ROG Phone 8, which surprisingly is one of the only dedicated gaming blowers to launch this year. Now first I gotta say straight up, the Red Magic 9S Pro not vastly different from the Red Magic 9 Pro which launched at the arse end of last year. Just a few wee refinements here and there, but let's whip it out of that box. Gonna do a proper thorough gaming test, a bit of Genshin action as always. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! I promise not to call you succulent anymore. I absolutely do not promise that. Alright, what will you find secreted inside of the Red Magic 9S Pro box besides, of course, the actual phone? Well, inside of here we've got a protective cover, not quite a full-on condom case, but it'll just slap on the back there. Help protect it a wee bit, so that if you drop it, at least those corners are covered. We've also got a quick start guide, which looks like it might be an exciting comic book style-y effort from the cover, but inside it's just the usual boring bollocks. And then back in the main bit of the box, that is definitely being kept for later. It's got the usual shenanigans, a bright red USB charging cable, and a power adapter. Mine's a 2-pin effort as it's an import jobby. And that's everything in the box, so let's crack on with the actual phone. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the fresh new Red Magic 9S Pro, and certainly anyone who's seen the Red Magic 9 Pro will probably be getting some serious deja vu chills right about now. This thing is once again a weighty glass slab, nice and chunky as you can see there with those flat iPhone style edges. Let's change up that background so we can actually see what the bezel action is like. And as usual, impressive stuff. The Red Magic 9S Pro display pretty much fills the front end of this phone, helped along by the selfie camera which is secreted underneath the display. There's no gaping orifice to get in the way. You've once again got yourself a brushed metal frame, which as you can see there, really busy. Certainly over here on the right edge where you got your circular power button, you've got your volume controls, bit of vent action, shoulder triggers, and of course that bright red gaming mode switch as well. Left edge is positively barren in comparison, just a vent and that's it. You've got your SIM tray and your USB charging port down below, and then up top, an actual headphone jack, way! And then around back, it's an almost perfectly flat plate of glass. The only bit that juts out ever so slightly is the camera flash segment. It's the usual transparent design, so you can see through to some of the internal bits. Of course, you've got some good advertising for Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 there. And oh yes, those obligatory RGB shenanigans, which we'll touch on in a bit. Now with the Red Magic 9 Pro from last year, you had a choice of just two colours, black or white. Not the most thrilling selection in the world ever. Apparently with the Red Magic 9S Pro, you've got 4 new colours thrown into the mix, although I've just got the black review model, so yippee hooray. Right, so the software setup here, exactly the same as the 9 Pro. You've got Red Magic OS 9.0 slathered on top of Android 14. Gotta say, I'm rather liking this interactive wallpaper as well. I've just realised it's an actual game you can play, which is quite cool. Who needs Genshin Impact when you got this shiz? Go on, jump! Jump your bugger! But yeah, plenty of personalisation and customisation options stuffed away in here, as you can see, from the fingerprint sensor animation to naturally a good bit of the RGB shenanigans. So as you can see there, the Wii 9S on the back end glows. You can change up not only the light and effect, but also the colour. And the only problem with this glass back end is it doesn't half get all greasy and grimy. You don't have a cleaning cloth on you, you just have to be buffing it up like so. Good few times a day, I'd imagine. Oof, much better. And as you can see there, the actual shoulder triggers also glow the colour of your choosing. And Red Magic has also secreted some of those colourful flashing LEDs inside of the fan. So overall, it's not just a gaming phone, it's a bit of a disco phone. But of course, as always, the most exciting feature here on the Red Magic 9S Pro is that gaming mode, which you can activate with a quick flick, like so. And again, Red Magic fans will be right at home. You can fast access all of your downloaded titles from here and also access those game settings. So for instance, you can have the cooling system automatically turn on when you start the game. You can also choose your performance mode. Of course, I've stuck Genshin on Rise, which is the beefiest. You can also activate all of the Adreno GPU's graphics features for a proper pleasing on the eye experience. You can tweak the screen sensitivity, all that good stuff. And from the main gaming menu, you can also get involved with War Great Mate Mora. And Mora is, of course, the Red Magic virtual assistant who, truth be told, doesn't really assist with much, but you can play dress up with her. Yeah. I do love the jolly wee music as well.
Commander, you have exposed Mora's location.
I've exposed your what? It looks like you can even have your picture taken with Mora right on your shoulder, kind of. Anyway, with your choice of 256 or 512 gigs of inbuilt storage, you'll have plenty of space for lots of games, even if they're bloody massive like Genshin Impact, which, speaking of which, let's get it on the go. Now, whenever you're in a game, you can drag out the old gaming menu with a quick double swipe like so. As you can see, this brings up all of the main tools that you'll need in-game. So naturally, you can change up the performance mode if you decide you want to try and conserve your battery life or whatever. You can also change up your notification settings, so I'm just going to try and block everything that's going. Over here on the right side, you've got loads and loads and bloody loads of gaming tools to play about with. You can take snapshots, reject all calls, you can hook up a gamepad. One of the best features here, the charge bypass feature, so you can plug in the Red Magic 9S Pro and keep it juiced up without charging the battery, which will help prevent the battery from overcharging and also keep the Red Magic 9S Pro from getting super toasty hot. And of course you can quickly and easily set up the old shoulder triggers, which as you can see are still flashing away there. With a quick tap of this Wii icon, just turn these on. You get the left and right trigger icons popping up, so then you just select what each one does just by dragging them onto the on-screen buttons, nice and simple. And it's certainly good for those fast-paced action games with ruddy loads of on-screen buttons. It means you actually shoot someone in the face instead of accidentally squatting in front of them over and over until they mercifully end you. And as before, these shoulder triggers are pleasingly responsive. You got some X-axis linear motor action for some proper haptic feedback. Now the Red Magic 9S Pro, once again powered by the same Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset that powered the older Red Magic 9 Pro. In fact, the 9 Pro was one of the very first smartphones to come packing Qualcomm's fresh new Billy Big Bollocks flagship chipset. It's a slightly different version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 stuffed in the 9S Pro, however, known as the lead-in version with an overclocked CPU and GPU as well. That Adreno 750 has been bumped up to 1 GHz over 900 MHz. Geekbench results actually return slightly worse multi-core scores compared with the original Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which I tested in the Red Magic 9 Pro, thus further proving that benchmarking is a whole load of bollocks. Got your choice of 12 or 16 gigs of RAM with the Red Magic 9S Pro. My review model's got 16 gigs. And once again, you've got that separate Red Core R2 chip stuffed in here, which just handles some of the gaming features like the haptics. The cooling system's been slightly upgraded for the 9S Pro, from ICE 13.0 to 13.5. You've still got a massive heat dissipation surface, you've got a vapor chamber, and of course that impressively subtle fan, which you can only hear if you turn the volume all the way down. And I gotta say, unshockingly, the performance has been solid here on the Red Magic 9S Pro. Even on that highest graphics setting, stuck at 60 frames per second. I did see a single wee judder where it dropped below 60 FPS. But over the course of an almost 2-hour gaming session, perfectly fluid. However, that said, I have been surprised by how much the Red Magic 9S Pro did heat up. It hasn't got to finger flesh meltingly levels, that's for sure. No performance throttling whatsoever, but it did get quite toasty after around sort of 45 to 50 minutes of gaming.
When I get angry, even I scare myself.
What is that accent? It's like some sort of weird hybrid of Japanese and Dolly Parton. No surprises from that 6.8-inch Full HD AMOLED display, however. It's perfectly flat, of course, as you would expect from a gaming smartphone. Reasonably crisp, despite the fact it's bloody huge. You've got bold, punchy colours on the default display settings. And that selfie camera has once again been secreted underneath the screen, just like previous Red Magics. You've got that lovely full view finish, unblemished by awful camera orifices. And that's especially enjoyable now that ASUS has actually stuffed a camera orifice onto the screen for its new ROG phone. And I gotta say, that camera is really buried away. You gotta proper squint and tilt this thing about the place to actually see the thing when you're gaming or watching a movie or whatever. And you got 120Hz refresh rate support as well, so again, silky smooth for your supported titles. And as for the stereo speaker setup, well, no complaints here. They are bastard loud. I don't know how else to describe it really. Slightly upgraded over the previous model. You got DTS:X Ultra support in there, and of course a good old headphone jack so you can get wired in.
Hey! There's no switch here.
As for the power on this thing, well, you've got the same bloody massive 6,500 mAh capacity cells stuffed inside of that gigantic slab-like frame. And I've found in my tests so far that the Red Magic 9S Pro drains slightly faster than the Red Magic 9 Pro, at around the rate of around 20% per hour compared with 18% per hour when you're playing Genshin Impact. You'll still get a solid 5 hours of gaming on a full charge. And you once again got that 80-watt fast charging support, so if you are running low on juice, just bung a cable in it, you'll be back up to full in not a huge amount of time. Otherwise, you've got the battery bypass feature in the gaming tool, so you can plug it in and keep on gaming as long as you don't mind having a cable sort of jutting out at the side here. And then let's finish up this full tour of the Red Magic 9S Pro with a squint at the camera tech. And I'm guessing you probably won't drop dead with shock to hear that there's no real change to the optics here on the 9S Pro. So yeah, you got yourself a 50 meg Samsung GN5 primary shooter with optical image stabilization. That's backed by a secondary 50 meg shooter, this time a Samsung GN1 sensor at an ultra wide angle. Got all the usual bonus camera bits, including a full-on pro mode that will indeed shoot in RAW format. If you want to edit on the fly, you can piddle about with the likes of the ISO level, the autofocus, get a very precise kind of shot. It's got your night mode and your portrait mode, and I wouldn't expect much from these optics, but it'll do the job in a pinch. And if you do want to shoot some video with this bad boy, well, you can shoot up to 8K resolution footage at 30 frames per second, otherwise 4K at 30 or 60 FPS. And the only downside with having a selfie cam that is secreted away underneath that display is that selfies frankly look pretty bloody awful. Or actually better in my case, because it looks like basically someone's rubbed Vaseline all over the lens. And yeah, you can shoot up to full HD resolution video using that front-facing selfie cam, but frankly, why would you? And there you have it, my succulent lovelies. That in a tasty wee nutshell is the fresh new Red Magic 9S Pro. And as you can see, if you've got the Red Magic 9 Pro, bugger all reason to upgrade to this one. It's basically the same performance, pretty much the same battery. It's actually slightly worse battery when I was gaming on this bad boy. Same set of features and everything, same slick design. So we're really talking just a couple of wee tweaks and refinements here and there. But it'd be great to hear your thoughts on the Red Magic 9S Pro down below. Please do poke, subscribe, ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Do you want to say goodbye, Mora? Bloody hell, I'm off for a cold shower.